So we both watched the 1976 film Assault on Precinct. What are you laughing at?
I like it. It's better than the first time.
Okay, well, no, it isn't.
Oh, it is.
I'm not starting again.
Oh, well. When was it made?
1976.
What's the film?
Assault on Precinct 13. By John Carpentrix.
Carpentrix.
And I managed to sum it up in, and I've looked at about 5 times now, and I can't remember. 43 scenes. 43 scenes. Some of these might seem memorable to you, Daniel.
Yeah, I hope so. I've even got notes.
So scene 1, which I've named, and this one will only be relevant to me and maybe you, which I've named, oh, so that's what the fuck it's from, and I can't spell precinct. So it's
the theme tune.
Yeah, it's the opening theme tune, which we heard when we went to see John Carpenter.
Oh,
no, that's the thing.
Well, it'll be that one we've just heard, or just about to hear wherever we are.
And of course, I had a complete brain fart, and now I can't remember the bloody thing.
Son of a bitch.
Well, that's basically the opening credits.
But it is good. But no, when we went to see him that time, when we saw him, I thought it was good.
Yeah, no, he was amazing.
But no, this one.
It was the first one he played, I think.
Yeah, it was the first one he played, but after that, it was the only one I could listen to. I don't know why, because we, I bought the record.
I pirated the whole show.
You pirated the whole show. So when I was listening to that at work the next day, because I really enjoyed it, I just kept listening to this one.
You have a record player at work?
No, but I was listening to it on my phone.
Oh, I see. I'm desperately trying to remember how it goes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it's like 4 bars.
I think it's 5.
Oh, like 5.
It's 5, but it's dum da 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 dum, dum ba 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 bum. For hours, dum da 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 dum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Dum. Anyway, scene 2. Mid-morning mullet mishap with shotgun shenanigans. Jeez. So this is the scene at, I think it's 3 a.m. and there's a bunch of guys with big hair in an alleyway.
Yeah.
And they get mowed down by I think it must be a policeman on the balcony.
Yeah.
It's meant to be 2 policemen, but they clearly just flipped the frame to make it look like a guy shooting from a different angle.
Yeah, it didn't make sense, but it looked like a labyrinth or something. It looked like they'd been forced in there.
Yeah.
And then it was a trap. They were just waiting for it.
They're running a gauntlet, but I don't really understand what they're doing.
Yeah, I didn't really get it, first of all. I was like, I didn't know who these men were. I felt they were being persecuted, quite frankly.
I think one of them did have a machine gun, but still.
Well, yeah.
They didn't get to the other end.
Yeah.
They might have just been out for a lovely stroll.
Yeah.
So they got all mowed down. That's quite nice and gory for the late 70s, as expected. Scene 3, Che Guevara and Adam Woodyat for the world's worst Dorito night. So if you don't know who Adam Woodyat is, that's Ian Beale from EastEnders. Because he's got the kind of flop, blonde, awkward hair.
Yeah.
But this is where they all just sat around like a Mr. Bean's Christmas special.
Yeah. And
they start cutting their arms and pouring it into a bowl.
I liked it. I saw
so much blood in that bowl.
I saw it as like a satanic support group.
Yeah.
They'd all come together to discuss the matters of the day, make their own salsa by cutting themselves.
But I don't think for the whole film any of those people speak.
No. No. Maybe like one.
I think one of them
for half a second, but no one in the gangs speak. There is no dialogue.
Probably calls him a vicious snowflake.
Yeah. You ripped my shirt. That's from Mandy. Nothing to do with it.
Scene 4: Whistling Bishop and the Motorola microphone.
Nice. Yeah, I loved Whistling Bishop. He didn't change. It was just that for like 2 minutes as well.
It was, and
it was just him coming out of the house and getting in the car.
The biggest house you've ever seen, and I don't think that day warranted a whistle. It seemed very laboured. I wasn't.
I think it set up the ignorance of his mood. He was in a happy mood, and he was a policeman going to work.
I think it's his first day, because at some point he goes, do you want to be a hero on your first day? Yes.
Yeah.
But this is also the big continuity area, because he goes to Precinct 9.
Yeah.
Which is not where the film is set. It's not.
He gets called in, though, doesn't he? He goes there for... It's called Precinct 14 later in the film.
Well... I know it's... Well, I watched actually a thing with Neil Marshall yesterday.
Yeah.
And he was saying that it was meant to be called a completely different thing.
Yeah.
But it just didn't sound cool enough. And 9 isn't a cool number, but 13. Hardcore. So, yeah. He actually goes to Precinct 9, which is where it all kicks off.
Ah, right.
But, yeah, they just renamed it.
Yeah.
Sneaky lies of the film.
Fair enough. Well, no, I noticed that the building was a completely different precinct at one point, so I didn't know whether it changed a couple of times or not.
God knows.
Yeah,
well,
but the dialogue was awful at this point as well, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a running theme for the film.
Yeah.
That leads us on to scene 5. Mutton Chop Fat Matt Damon meets the world's worst actor. So this is where it's referred to as his bus full of hate.
Bus full of hate, alright.
And it's the sweaty coughing guy.
Yeah.
Who, my God, he's terrible.
He's
kind of rolling his eyes and...
I think he acts like Mark Wahlberg. He's like, you right there? Hey, you on a bus there, guy? How you doing? But yeah, he did actually look a bit more like Matt Damon now you say it. But I've got him down as Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's somewhere in between.
Yeah. A weird incestuous.
But I think he's the guy from Prince of Darkness. Is he the guy from Prince of Darkness?
No.
Oh, Paul.
Paul.
Is it Paul?
No, I think he was... No, that was someone else.
That was some fatter guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where we meet our ragtag full of prisoners, which leads us on to scene 6. Wilson's one handsome man. A shame they named him Napoleon.
Yeah.
This is where they open the door to his cell and he just zooms in on his face and he's posing his ass off like, well, can I be James Bond now?
Yeah. He does look like he's trying to campaign for his next part in something else.
Yeah, he wants to be advertising, I don't know, Levi's jackets or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he uses his catchphrase, "Gotta smoke."
Yeah.
Yeah. He's off the death row apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where one of the best lines in the whole film is. It's where he's about to get up, but the guy just hits him on the back and he falls over. He just goes, "I don't sit in chairs as well as I used to."
Yeah. I love that bit because there's a bit. Is that was probably the next scene where they bring it back, because when he. Is it the next scene where they get back on a bus or something?
So scene 7, chain link defense featuring cardboard guard.
That's the one.
That's where it's going to be a long bus ride to wherever they're going. So he asks to stretch them out.
Yeah.
So he does his bit of yoga, and he just the other guy's holding the lock to let. I think
he's holding the other end of the chain.
Yeah, I think he's handcuffed to him and he's about to let him go, but he just kind of wraps it around him and pulls him down. But it totally looks like he falls on his ass.
He does. No, he wraps it around him, and the guy completely stacks it because that's why that next line I love because he says he don't stand as good as he used to. Yeah. So I was like, oh, instant callbacks. I love that.
And the reference to cardboard guard is there's an earlier shot where we see the bus pulling in. There's a guard, and he's just got his hands on his hips looking out the window.
It's such a static shot.
He does not move at all.
It's a dummy. It's totally a mannequin.
It's got to be a dummy.
Yeah.
That leads us on to scene 8. Dirty Daddy's nanny banging master plan.
Whoa. Yeah.
So it's the guy and the daughter in their car.
Yeah.
And apparently the girl is from the Disney Channel. She's quite famous for her day. I don't know. But
right. I see. Like genuine actress.
Yeah. One of those. Probably dead now.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, so they're kind of like they're planning on lying to their nanny to get her to move in.
Yeah,
with them or something.
I think it was something like her dad wanted custody and was saying, say I'm a good person to whoever we're going to meet, whatever, and because maybe she was, in taken away from his care, or he's in a custody battle with his wife or something.
Possibly. Either way, he's a creepy bloke.
But it's a good job it was established that it was her dad, because otherwise I was like, this is weird already.
Yeah.
Because like the casting. He looked creepy.
And she's a better actor than him as well.
Yeah. I do believe, what's his name? Bishop was whistling for a good 2 minutes before this scene as well.
He's been whistling all morning. Scene 9, Lock, Stock and 2 Silenced Lugers. So this is our team of 4 tooling up in the car.
Oh, I wish we could remember the music. Because...
Dum 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 dum.
Yeah. But is it... I know, but I'm going to get the rhythm of that wrong though. So I know it's dun 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 dun. But then it's like dun 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 dun,
bum 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 bum, da da da.
Yeah, so it is that. It's 4 times bum bum bum. But that happens whilst they're doing. So all they're doing is like fixing stocks on and barrels and
putting silencers on machine guns.
But if you notice, they run out of theme. So it
does. Yeah.
There's a bit where it's just like.
That is right, yeah.
With no sound, and then it cuts to the next scene. I was like, but they ran out. Just put another bum, bum,
out
bum,
of all the themes you could repeat, it's that one.
It was weird.
Scene 10, Bishop box boredom. So this is where he enters the precinct, and there's just everything's boxed up, and everyone looks bored as fuck. And there's a stack of yellow pages, which I had to note.
Yeah.
Because, who doesn't like yellow pages?
Yeah, you don't see them much these days.
No. Scene 11, switchboard blues and tits... No, I've ruined it. Switchboard blues with tits and boobs. So this is where we're introduced to Lee and Julie,
Yeah.
And they're wearing the most amazing 70s sweaters, which extenuate the bosom.
Yeah. They're tight.
And I think they just have a little introduction, don't they? But
It's awkward as fuck.
It
really
is.
bad dialogue.
I'm Lee. Wilson Bishop, whatever his name is. Is it Wilson?
I kept calling him Whistling. So
Whistling,
sure.
Whistling Bishop.
But Bishop either way. But yeah, that exposition of I'm this person. I run the switchboard, and I'm the secretary, and then I am also this. And it was laboured. Is what I'm going to say.
They hired me this morning for this acting role. Do some more whistling.
I was at a bus stop outside of our Walmart, and now I am here.
Scene 12. Cyborg Bishop's mechanical eyes. You might not have picked up on this point. So there's a bit where she's doing the switchboard and it's going...
Oh, yeah.
But as she's doing it, he's looking around manically, so it looks like his eyes are making the sound.
Oh, right.
Made me laugh out loud twice.
Nice.
Scene 13. Sunspots and shotgun sleepy time. So this is where they're in the... Well, I suppose what is he? He's the commander's office. Yeah. And he's talking about how the crime's increased. And the guy's like, maybe it's the sunspots. They affect the world this time of year or something. But then I thought, is this like a tie into They Live or something? Because he's kind of talking about it like it's some sort of alien force that's come down.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that, or it could be another callback to like Prince of Darkness or something.
That's what
like
I mean.
that.
Sorry, Prince of Darkness, not They Live.
Because it's that same sort of almost. I don't want to say it because I like the films. Cop-outy kind of exposition that you just get in one sentence that kind of gives them. Well, mutants have existed since 1972. So, all right, great. Anything.
Didn't you know?
Yeah.
And there is a scene earlier on where it pans across a bit of grass, and I'm like, that's where they had the shanty town from. They Live.
Well, a lot of it is probably all the same sets. Yeah.
But yeah, shotgun sleepy time. He puts a shotgun in a box.
Yeah. But also. Why do they bother pointing out the lock that the guy's going to inevitably just break off later in the film?
Yeah, and he's like,
I'm putting this here now.
I like that he gives the weakest woman in the whole film. Break that lock off. I can't do it. Oh, let me do it then. Scene 14. No time for sniping. The ice cream man is here.
No time for sniping.
So you kind of see the main blonde dude. He's kind of leaning out the car, sniping locals, isn't he? He's like an old woman with a bag of shopping.
He's like practicing. He's not. Yeah.
He's got the steadiest fucking aim because it is perfect. It's
Steadicam, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Reticle drawn on the lens.
He's got his cheat codes on.
Yeah.
And he kind of snipers at a man holding a bag of booze. But this is where they first spotted the ice cream van.
Yeah.
Ray Ramone. Oh, sorry. Scene 15. Ray Ramone's balloon blouse. So this is the ice cream truck driver, but he looks like Ray Ramone. He does have a bit of a Jewy look about him.
I went for Neil Diamond.
Oh, yeah. Okay. How would I fit that into a funny thing? Neil Diamond's balloon blouse, I guess.
Well, I guess so.
But yeah, he's the world's most taunted ice cream driver. I think they just start driving around him or up and down the road.
Yeah, and then
he's
kind of
shitting
like
his
speeding off. Yeah, but he doesn't just fuck off. So I don't know what his problem is. That he's hanging around in these shady ass areas trying to sell ice cream. And there's no kids around there. Yeah. Go to a park, you nutcase. You'll double your revenue. So, but anyway, don't know what his business.
Maybe they were his best customers.
Yeah.
Or his best customer, and he was just upset that they didn't buy a screwball.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they liked him before this.
Or he ran out of zaps, and he was just. He also had toffee apples in his ice cream van. I've never known a toffee apple in an ice cream van. That's a bonfire night thing. That's the opposite of summer. That's winter.
That's a laboured snack, is what that is.
Yeah,
Just have an apple. It's too much, come on.
Or nothing.
Because otherwise you try and bite through the toffee, it breaks into shards that cut your face apart. You've got to have surgery and then you can eat the apple afterwards.
And the apple's always mush.
Yeah, just go and... Just don't do it. Don't do it. Chocolate instead. Much better.
Have a toffee and... No. Anyway. Scene 16.
Yeah.
Watch me talk to Wilson. This is where Mutton Chop Matt Damon's at the back of the bus. And he kind of prods the other guy's like, hey, watch me go and talk to Wilson.
Yeah, he actually says, watch me.
Watch me. Go watch me.
Hey, watch me go and talk to Wilson. Sorry.
And this is the bit of a character building where he asks him, why did you kill those men? But we don't get an answer.
Yeah.
Because Napoleon is mysterious. Mysterious Napoleon.
Is that? Does he give him that line where he's like...
Oh, I think it's like, maybe I'll tell you one day or something, and he just kind of looks off camera.
Oh, right.
And, yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't know if it was coming up or whether it was that scene. But yeah, he asked him why his name is that, and obviously it just becomes a notable thing for later in the film, because he says, I'll, what does he say? He says, I'll tell you when, and he says something like, when I'm about to, on my deathbed or something like that. When I'm about to die, he says.
I'll tell you at the end of the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Scene 17, overacting to death. It's just a splutter idiot. He sat in his chair, trying his best to outrun the scene. But it's just such a poor choice of Spanish-looking anorexic spluttery idiot.
Okay.
Scene 18. Didn't see that vanilla twist coming.
Nice.
So first off, what is a vanilla twist? Because
it depends what she's twisting it with.
Yeah.
So it's vanilla ice cream, and then did she say lemon or something like that?
She doesn't say. She just says vanilla twist. I want a vanilla twist, please. But then she looks at it and she's like, "It's fucking vanilla. You got to taste that shit." Because most things that are mixed with vanilla look like vanilla.
Well, of course, yeah.
How didn't she know? Anyway, it's not a plot hole.
No.
But yeah. What have I put here? Oh, okay, yeah. So this is where she gets lugered down, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, the guys catch up and beat up the ice cream man. I don't know what they got against him.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell it is. I think they just wanted to do something. I think it became clear that they were some sort of Satanisty kind of weird gang. So I think they were just looking to kill someone and they just picked him and they were warming up to it. I don't know.
Possibly.
Maybe it was their first kill, their first in with the gang or some shit.
And you can have a nice ice cream afterwards.
Yeah.
If you were going to kill someone, you'd probably want ice cream.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd definitely want
yeah, I guess they figured they were going to rob his ass as well. But what I didn't understand is, because of this point when you see him go for his gun in the glove box, is actually was he a cop? Because I'm thinking he goes there and he sits there, and when she comes up for an ice cream, he's like, "No, go away." So
That's
I didn't know whether
yeah.
he was like undercover and he was watching, because that would have been a kind of cooler film.
That would explain why I got the vanilla twist wrong, because he doesn't know what ice cream's what.
Exactly. Like, he's just like, "Yeah, what do you want? Yeah, fuck off, little girl," kind of thing.
Maybe.
So I thought that's the direction it was going, but that never got tied up, so you never knew about that. But I'm guessing, no, that was just for self-defense.
Yeah.
But I like that she went back for a vanilla twist, but she got some raspberry sauce.
Oh, nice. Didn't notice that he was dead at all. And just asks the guy with the gun,
"Hey, buddy."
said my ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets shot. I think she gets shot through the ice cream. And she's dead, and that's awesome, because not enough kids die in film.
No.
Especially for the late 70s.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when her dad runs over and just fucking leaves her there.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, he kind of gives her a hug, and the guy's like, "There's a gun under the dash."
Yeah.
So he just takes that and leaves her at the side of the road.
Yeah, no, he totally bails on his dead.
Doesn't even get himself a cornetto. I mean, you're going to take opportunity at that point. Just, a cornetto.
Grab some sprinkles, toss them in your face.
Yeah.
Go crazy. Have a 99, but chuck the ice cream away and just have the 99, but the flake. Have 2 flakes. Run away. Fuck it.
Flakes are expensive these days.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's another scene 18. Scene 19.
Yeah.
Bus full of bastards snuff the sun. So it's a man there whistling Willie, and he's knocking in a sign outside Precinct 9, or 13, wherever they're meant to be.
Yeah.
Then the bus pulls up, and all of a sudden it's pitch black dark.
Oh yeah.
So it transitions from broad daylight to dark in about the space of 2 seconds.
Yeah. Well, they killed a girl. It got dark pretty quick.
Yeah. Really, really did. Scene 20. Mono sound, lurgy lockdown. So this is where they're locking all the prisoners in the cells. But I noticed the audio went completely off, and it sounded like it was kind of being filmed from a broom cupboard. but it did the whole... And they did this in The Walking Dead season 2, where someone's ill, let's lock them in together.
Yeah.
That's going to seem like a good idea. But then the ill thing never really paid off. I thought it was going to be a big plot point in the film that he's coughing and spluttering for the whole time.
Yeah.
But I suppose it was just their reason to stop.
Well, I think what they were going to do, though... Well, yeah, they had to lock them all in the little rooms, but the plan was to get an ambulance to come and pick this guy up from there.
That's right.
Or do something.
But the switchboard went down. Yeah. As expected.
Oh, there was lots of very slow and aggravated exposition about how they're meant to shut the electricity off at 7, but it's nearly 6 o'clock and it's gone off early. What are we going to do?
Let's whistle. Scene 21. Phone booth blunder. Yep. So this is where the dad catches up with his with the guys who killed his daughter and the ice cream van man. I like to think that he was revenging him more than his daughter. But yeah, so they kind of do an awesome thing where the cars pull up right in front of each other and stop. Yeah, like 30 miles an hour.
I don't know how the hell that guy got at them at that angle. Taking off behind them, he managed to come around in front and cut them off by swerving in front.
I don't know. But yeah, the 3 guys in the car.
Cool shot.
It was a cool shot, but everyone in that car had a gun. We know this.
Yeah.
Because we saw them tulling up. 3 of them leg it.
Yeah, right off the bat.
And then Ian Beale gets out.
Yeah.
I think this is where he said something. He's like, namaste or something. I don't know. He's got a big silenced rifle, misses the guy, and then the other guy just shoots him dead.
Yeah.
It's like he could have shot him when he got back out the car, but I think he might be off his head on drugs, perhaps.
Yes.
But he kind of just like, oh, I'll take the bullets.
Yeah.
But that's when our man, he runs off to like the only lit place within like 10 miles, which is a perfectly lit phone booth.
I was like, he loves a phone box at this point. This is the second one he's been in so far.
It's the second one he's been in.
Yeah.
He's still going to call for those directions.
Yeah. I just started thinking of Bill and Ted at this point. I was like, oh, I'd love it if you would just...
The guy walking over was just George Carlin.
Yeah.
Don't forget to wind your watch.
Yeah, what?
But yeah, no, it's the gang. Do we ever learn their names?
Well, they don't know. No, because there's no dialogue between gang members. It's not like, hey, Stitch, pass me the knife, man. There's none of that.
Where's Dookie Face?
Dookie Face.
That's racist. No. So yeah, he ends up legging it because he sees them walking after him to the precinct, and then we get a shot of them all outside in a line, like a boy band pose.
Yeah.
It's like one crouch with a gun like up in the air. There's another one with his hands on his hips, and the one doing like a Superman punch or something.
Yeah.
Scene 22, Chicken Night in Turkey. It's just a line from the.
What you've got?
It's just a line from the film.
Was that even a thing?
No, I think it's where all the phones have been cut off and the guy runs in, but he can't speak.
Right.
For some reason now he can't speak at all, and then he just kind of collapses. I think he falls asleep at the counter. And the guy's like, "Oh, this is like Chicken Night in Turkey," and he leaves, doesn't he? I think his name's Cheney.
Okay, right.
I think that's his way of mocking the situation.
Yeah.
That leads us on to scene 23. Cheney just fell down. That's, again, another line from the movie. So that's the really thick woman. She's watching from the window. Oh, he just fell down. When clearly we just saw him get shot to pieces.
I love that bit.
Yeah.
It was quite obvious that he was shot. Well, I mean, it was obvious to us. Because for a bit there, there's a line of dialogue about somebody must have heard all the shots. And he's like, no, because they're using silencers.
Yes, but in the exact...
But he says it like 5 times.
Yeah,
he has to keep saying it to the same person.
I've got a contradiction to that. I don't know if that's coming. It will come up soon.
Yeah.
But basically, when he starts firing back, his gun doesn't have a silencer, so that makes that redundant. Scene 24. Stay away from the windows, but let's go outside. So, so this is where everyone's firing on the building.
Oh my god, I love that.
Stay away from the windows, but let's go out the back in clear view.
Yeah.
And basically, everyone just instantly gets shot to pieces with a silenced weapon.
Yeah.
The first one to get hit is the sick guy.
Yeah.
So I'm glad for that because I couldn't stand his acting anymore.
Yeah.
And I think the other guard gets taken down and it just leaves. Well, it's going to be Napoleon.
Napoleon, yeah.
I'm just going to say the black guy because I don't know his name.
Oh yeah, fair. Yeah.
The guy who isn't Keith David.
Yeah.
Scene 25. How many BB guns does it take to change a light bulb? So this is the really overlaboured scene where everything's just smashing up. Like the windows are smashing, notepads are going. It looks like it reminded me of Ghostbusters. You know the library scene where everything's just kind of flying up in the air. It kind of reminded me of that. But it goes on for ages. It's like we've got to smash all this glass we bought. Come on. But they've clearly just got BB guns outside and just kind of firing on the windows.
Yeah.
It looked like a lot of fun to film.
Well, it was almost fun to watch for a few minutes, but it did go on way too long. But it was nice to just. It was like someone was out there with a stick, just knocking the remaining bits of glass out the window. Like, come on, all the windows get out. No, that notepad.
No,
Don't forget that notepad.
We got to shoot another film tomorrow. We got to clear this all the way.
Throw some more books in the air. Go on.
It was great as well because every time a piece of glass smashed, you could see it was time lapsed badly because the lighting would change and the glass would be like, "Oh, we'll put that bit back in. We'll have another go at that one."
I loved it.
But also, why didn't they just try and come in at this point? But that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Scene 26. It's fine to look out the window now they know we have guns. So they've just been completely shot up. They've been shot up outside. But then, what's his name? Whistling Wilson.
Yeah.
Who's been the only one telling everyone to not look out the windows. Bishop, that's him.
Yeah.
Goes straight up to the window and sticks his big stupid face out with binoculars. And he's like, "Oh, I think they've gone." Which leads us to scene 27. Squatting Neville fun run and the waste of compot. So this is where he's like, "No, they haven't gone. He's over there by that hedge." I think the exact line is, "No, he's by the bushes."
Yeah.
But then we get like this kind of through the binoculars shot of people just doing a crouching run to the left and to the right.
Yeah.
So many people. It goes on for ages. But that's when he brings up the big jam pot. and just smashes it on the floor, and then puts a flag on it.
Puts a flag on it.
Clean that up. So I'm guessing that's the blood sacrifice from the Dorito night from earlier.
Yes, yeah.
Scene 28. It's oh so quiet. Oh no, wait, he has a revolver. So this is the silenced car shootout. So this is where what they're doing is they're kind of pushing the cars.
They're rolling them forward.
Yeah, to not make engine sounds. But he's got his revolver, making very loud revolver noises.
Yeah, but I think at some point he does say like, "I'm sure I only had 6 shots in this."
That's Dirty Harry.
Well, no, yeah, but no. A bit later, he's like, "I'm sure we." Oh no, it's the other. It's the other remaining prisoner. He's like, "Oh, it had a silencer on it. I've been firing blanks for like 2 minutes now." Yeah,
that's towards the end.
Yeah.
But I think they do say later on. He's like, "Oh, someone should be coming now. 10-15 minutes."
He just keeps saying it. Yeah.
Yeah. Scene 29. Broken arm and bulletproof bra. So. This is where they breaking through the back door by the prison, but I forget her name now. Lee, she goes to let them out, basically.
Yeah.
She gets shot in the arm, but when it does a close-up shot of her getting shot, it clearly pings off her bra. Oh, yeah. And she just like, I'm not even going to react to that.
She's fucking like dead hard in this.
Yeah,
scene. She's like proper solid fucking aim, and she does not flinch when she gets shot. She's a goddamn hero.
Reminded me of remember in Con Air when Nicolas Cage gets shot in the arm, and he just goes up and punches the guy, and then he's like, but she just about gets the guy's like 2 feet away.
Well, she gets like 2 headshots or something. Like there's two guys that walk through.
I think she
shoot at her. She gets kind of grazed, but she takes out 2 guys. I'm sure.
And then she lets Napoleon. I'm gonna keep calling him Napoleon.
Yeah.
Napoleon
so he's Wilson.
Yeah, and that guy, he breaks his arm. He just snaps it clean too.
Yeah. Oh, through the bars, isn't it?
Yeah. I think he puts it through the bars and does it. And they kind of break back into the main area. Scene 30. No cocking about. So this is where they manage to get the shotgun out of his little coffin.
Yeah.
But he throws a shotgun to Wilson, but he fires it so many times without cocking it, and that always annoys me in films. Like the first 2 times he cocks it. Yeah. And after that, it's just like...
Yeah.
I got a little... Always annoying.
Always annoying.
Scene 31. I think it's my favourite scene. I've just called it blind firing. Because
right.
This is where everyone from outside is trying to come through, but they're not going under the blinds. They're trying to climb through them I'm so trapped. Yeah. And they're just getting shot to pieces.
Oh, it's so good, yeah. Because you see him like half climb up and he'll like fall a bit and go and grab back on.
Yeah.
Just to be shot again and go...
But it's like they clearly can't see and he's rattling so badly. Just lift the blinds, you fucking idiots.
The thing I loved, I think it was just before this scene then, after they fought off the initial people coming through, is when he's like, right, we'll fortify stuff. And they like push some shit in front of a couple of windows.
It's a old school Coke dispenser.
That's it. But what I like is that, he just picks up the door that's already been pushed off its hinges and just puts it back and taps it a bit. And then they put that really easily movable bit of tin in front of it. And they're like, that ought to do it. Fucking hell. It's his first night on the job. He's doing really well.
He's doing really well, to be fair.
Yeah.
Better than scene 32. Julie Napuli, the unfortunate demise of a lemon sweater. So Julie has unfortunately been shot in the heart.
Yeah, because you don't realise, do you?
Yeah, she's just dead on the floor.
Yeah. But at this point, I thought the dad was dead. I was like, he hasn't moved.
No, he's in like shock and can't. He's just wrapped up in a blanket. He's sleeping through the whole film.
Because did we mention that's why it happened? That's because he ran into the.
He ran in there, yeah.
and they just became comatose immediately afterwards.
Yeah, but he's like, oh, he can't speak, and he's like, the guy's like, someone shot his daughter. He's like, well, if you can hear him.
Who said that? Yeah, I'm reading his mind.
Scene 33. Ascertain, and what does that mean?
Right.
So this is where he's got they find it's the old evidence, and I think it's ascertain. It might be ascertain. Acetate.
Wait, you're talking about like the slides,
No, they've basically got the canisters that they explode at the end of the film. It's like, we can use this as a bomb.
Right.
But I googled what it was because I was like, is that actually a thing that's flammable? And I got a YouTube video of people trying to blow it up on a fire. And it just doesn't work.
It just doesn't work.
Until right at the end where he's like, I think we need to mix it with oxygen, and it just blows the fuck up.
Yeah.
Scene 34, Plan Save Ass.
Plan Save Ass.
Again, another line from the film.
Yeah.
So this is where the black guy, I don't know his name, sorry. His plan is to slip out a window and run like a bastard. That's again a direct quote from the film.
Run like a bastard, yeah.
Run like a bastard. But that's where he's pointing his gun at Lee, and she gives him like a story. I think he pulls the trigger on her. He's like, my damn gun wasn't even loaded.
Yeah, that's the bit. Yeah,
because he's got the
silencer on it.
Yeah.
So that's it. Isn't it acetylene? Isn't that what?
Acetylene. What was I saying?
Acetate.
Acetate. That's some sort of adhesive, isn't it?
What? Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I couldn't read my writing. I'd had a beer by this point.
Yeah, no worries.
Whatever.
Did you have the bit in there where the other prisoner that's not Wilson said he knew what the flag meant and stuff?
No.
Oh, okay, because that's a bit like that, because it's where it's after they sort of... Oh, it's just before they start coming in through the windows for the second time. It's just after that. Whatever his name is, he says to them, the flag said Cholo on it.
Oh, okay.
And he
I do
explains
remember
the gang, and he's like, basically...
The Cholos.
It means they're not afraid to die, so what they've done means that they're in it to the... Oh, no, they've declared a Cholo. That's what it is. And he says that means that no matter what happens, they don't care about blood for blood anymore. It's just that they're going to wipe us all out, because that's it. And they're going to throw thousands of them at us. I think that's the only bit of exposition that makes sense for why, 400 people are attacking just because of one guy who bumped off one gang member. Sorry.
That's okay. Scene 35, 8 shots, 1 smoke. So this is where they're doing inventory of how many bullets they've all got each. Yeah. And he finally gets his cigarette.
Yeah.
Gotta smoke.
And it's Lee, isn't it, who finally gives it to him?
It is, yeah. And she does an awesome flick with one of them book of matches. She does it with one hand, she's like...
Yeah.
But again, she has no emotion. She's like Terminator.
Oh no, she's fucking ice cold. I love her character at this point.
Yeah.
Because isn't there a bit where she's just like, we're all out of ammo? And he's like, whoa, damn. But I'm sure I love this bit because he's like, you got a smoke? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, got a lighter?
So he has his smoke, and then scene 36, birds eye potato jeopardy. So this is where they're trying to decide who's gonna go out the basically out the sewer.
Yeah.
And they're doing 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4.
It didn't even make sense.
No, because
he was like, let's flip a coin, which is actual odds based. But he was like, no, I always lose at those things. So let's base one that's purely based on whoever starts first ends up being the one.
Exactly.
It's always determinable, that
unless you can't do the maths, which
Yeah.
But yeah, so the black guy's going first.
Yeah.
Scene 37, an unlikely sewer hatch. So it's kind of down in the basement next to the furnace.
Yeah.
But it's just like a perfectly big
square door.
Yeah, it looks like what would you call it? It's like a washing machine door, but like a tumble dryer door.
Okay, well, like a fridge door.
Yeah, it's a fridge door, but it's like that would not lead to the sewer.
Yeah.
It's far too clean and airy.
But it does.
But it does, and then we get scene 38, OCD Ninja Turtle. So he actually gets out of the sewer, but he spends so much time trying to put the lid back on.
But he's like awkwardly doing it with his feet because he's still lying on the floor.
Yeah, he won't get up, so he's kind of pivoting around on his chest, and he's trying to push it back with one foot.
Flap it back. It does actually look like a turtle covering its eggs. Actually, it's quite nice.
A little bit, but yeah, he's got to make sure that's back down.
Yeah. And obviously it goes bang when he does it. It's fucking great.
And then they all see him. I think at that point they'll start walking over.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, I think they.
It's not just
they notice him, but he has to break into the car then.
Yeah, that's right. But first we get scene 39. Silent Bob is still alive, because I'd forgotten about him at this point. The guy who the guy wrapped up in the blanket. Who's been asleep the whole time.
Yeah.
So they basically carry him through to the front room at this point, I think. Scene 40, never run from a boring woman. He goes, why didn't... because it's Lee asking... is it Wilson?
Yeah.
She's asking him why she didn't run with him. And he's like, there's 2 things you never run from, and one is a woman. And I can't remember what the first one was. Something like gay thoughts, I can't remember.
Well, he just stares at her.
Yeah.
That's the implication being her. Or love. You don't run from. So that's a visual thing that happens.
Oh, okay. Yeah, basically, never run from a boring woman. Scene 41, can't cars just be parked? So this is where we get the shot of the 2 policemen that are actually on patrol.
Yeah.
And the one guy is so suspicious because there's a few parked cars. What about them cars over there? And they're just parked in the car park.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I mean, if you knew the plot of the film, mate, you might be suspicious of those cars.
Well, it's weird that they just turn up anyway in the story for no reason.
Yeah.
Two guys that happen to be doing something, because at one point they get a call saying shots have been fired, and they go,
I think they said kids with firecrackers or something.
Or something, noises, and they do the cursory drive, and one's like, hey, should we go down by the police station? He's like, why the hell would you want to do that? It's like, whoa, why?
Says so in the script,
Why
mate.
you say, yeah. And he's like, well, it's been. I think the guy even says it's deserted or something. No, they don't know that, do they?
I think it's been shut down or it's moved because earlier on
it's moved. Well, yeah, we know it's being moved, but I can't remember if Unit 7 knows that it's
Unit 7.
That's who they were. Yeah.
Police Academy 7.
Yeah.
But yeah, before that we do get the shot of the guy who escapes. He manages to lockpick the car and hotwire it.
Yeah.
Within the time it would take someone to cross the road and get to him.
Yeah.
But there's someone in the back of the car.
Yeah, you think he's going to make it. Because he's driving towards the phone box again, isn't he?
I don't know. It's kind of like a weird shot because
I think what they were saying is that he was going to call for help when he got there. But
when he got to the border or something.
Maybe. But I know that it was call for help, and then Wilson said he's going to go straight for the border. So that was him having the dilemma of, should I stop and make the phone call, or should I get my ass out of here? And I can't remember whether he even gets to make that chance, because he gets like strangled or...
He gets shot in the head.
Oh, shot in the head, that's it. Yeah.
We get a shot of like, it's like the bumper view of the car driving, and he goes on for quite a while, but they can still see him from the window. So I don't know if he's doing donuts outside or whatever.
Yeah.
But he gets shot in the head and he breaks the glass, and someone just says something like, "Oh, maybe the glass just broke." It's like, no.
Yeah.
Blew his head off.
I'm sure that's Bishop as well. The world's most naive and whistling. Yeah.
Scene 42. Old boy on a shoestring budget. Yeah. So this is where they've got the big police sign, and they've. It's the hallway fight.
Yeah.
And they're kind of hiding behind it. I think they've got 2 rifle bullets at this point, and they're just waiting for them to break.
Yeah, he's like, I've got 2 shotgun bullets, 2 rifle bullets. Oh no, just 2 rifle bullets. And then they've got various bits of lead piping and...
Yeah, and they've got the whatever that chemical is that you said.
Acetylene.
Acetylene, that's set up at the far end.
And flares, yeah. He's tied some flares to a bottle of acetylene. For some reason, stuck it up in the corner with duct tape. I don't know why it's up there.
They'll never spot it.
No.
But yeah, they're hiding behind the sign, they all get pushed back, and... Yeah, they're dropping them. There's quite a few people that come after them, and they...
It's quite an innovative thing, the way that... Because they mount the sign to like a little skateboard or dolly something.
Yeah, it's a board with wheels on it. But they're just having a normal conversation as they're kind of fighting them off.
Yeah.
But it kind of just looks like they're hitting them with shoes and slippers, but they're going down, and eventually...
flip-flops, yeah.
Eventually he uses his last bullet to blow it up.
Yeah. But that's where you get that little bit of dialogue where he says, so... What? Just before that kicks off, he says, why did they call you Napoleon? He says, I'll tell you real soon, because that's a callback to when he says to the other guy that looked like Mark Wahlberg or whatever.
Yep.
I'll tell you when I'm about to die is when he says, I'll tell you what.
Because he's on the way to death row, isn't he?
Yeah. So at this point, he's like, oh, it's his way of saying we're about to die.
Yeah. And that's scene 43, the 3 luckiest bastards alive. They all walk out together.
Yeah, I don't know fucking how.
I tell you that the luckiest guy is the guy who just slept for the whole thing.
Yeah, he did really well.
He got to kill a guy and go to sleep.
Yeah, they took him downstairs next to the fire. He's got his little blanket on him.
I mean, you know what would have prevented this whole thing? If that little girl had got the vanilla twist. She would never have gone back. She wouldn't have got shot. The dad would have been in pursuit.
Oh, so if the guy had given them the right ice cream.
Yeah, they would have gone back and he would have boffed the nanny.
Well, yeah.
So there you go. I mean...
Or if he'd have been a better father and said, no, I'm not going to let you go over there on your own unattended, and I shall accompany you. That could have avoided it, because then they would have shot him and his daughter. No fun.
That's true.
Yeah, that'd have been a good.
But it would have been about
Boom, boom.
2 minutes long, and we probably wouldn't have talked about it.
No. But anyway, yeah.